Oh dear, that's a difficult one. Can you comment on the clash between children's growth and parents' growth? Obviously, children benefit from their parents' growth, but in the short run, it can have difficult effects, yes. I.e., the spiritual life can lead to increasing awareness of negative emotion before an increase in the positive. And this may be at an important stage in the child's development, yeah? So they copy it. I think it is possible to be aware of one's negative emotion and not take it out of another person. I think the assumption too much is, not only with regard to children, but other people in general, that if you experience negative emotion, and perhaps quite validly, I'm leaving aside that question, perhaps quite validly, you've somehow got to express it, and that means taking it out of others. I don't think you need to do that. I think we shouldn't be as perhaps self-indulgent as we sometimes have been in the movement in the past in this respect. You certainly need to acknowledge, any negative emotion that you do feel. But I think it is possible and desirable that you make sure it doesn't affect your child, that you don't express it in relation to the child, nor in fact in relation to any other person, except perhaps by mutual agreement. Yeah. It would be nice to think that the parents' growth and children's growth, just go along hand in hand, but that isn't really always the case. Sometimes there's tension between the two. Perhaps the parent feels a real need to meditate, and I know this has happened with mothers with young children. They feel a real need to meditate, but they just can't because the child is so much around. And most mothers have told me that when the child goes off to play group or to school, they heave a great sigh of relief. Not that they don't love the child, of course not, but they've got a couple of hours to themselves. And they think, oh, what bliss, just 2 hours to myself. So sometimes they just sit down and meditate, at least for half an hour or so, But I think one should try to avoid this sort of tension or conflict as much as one can. And I think one of the ways of doing it is this, that whatever you're doing, you try to put yourself in it really wholeheartedly. If you have to spend time with your children, quite objectively, maybe they're not yet of play group going age, do it wholeheartedly and don't begrudge it. Don't think, oh, well, I ought to be doing something else, or I'd rather do something else. It may be difficult, but when you do something, in this case, when you're with the children, even playing with them, do it wholeheartedly without any thought of whatever else you might have done instead, and so on and so forth. Of course, when the child goes off to school, you really put yourself into the meditation, or whatever else it is that you happen to be doing. I think this is just a specific application of a general principle. Whatever you are doing, try to do just that one thing and put yourself into it, So if you have to take the children on holiday, have maybe sending inverted commas, don't think, oh dear, I could be on retreat. Forget all about the retreat while you're on holiday and put yourself fully into that. You'll feel then less conflict. But when the opportunity comes to go on retreat, forget all about the family,